Yo, what is up, guys? Savage here. Today is going to be the first ever episode of the new series Simplified, where I just take down and break down a previous match I had. Doesn't mean it's going to be a great match, doesn't mean it's going to be a bad match. It's going to be a random game where I'm going to give you a play-by-play in real time of my thought process for every single thing that I do. If you guys have not already, or if you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also, please leave a like on the video if this video helps you at all. If it doesn't, hopefully the next one will. Also, leave comments in the section below. Let me know what you would like to see in the future episodes of this series, please. And I will try to hit everything that I can. We won't hit everything this video because, well, strategy changes per match, but I will try to cover everything by the end of this entire series. All right, so the first things first, where to drop. A lot of people just kind of drop wherever. They don't really have any kind of strategy. They're just like, oh, the plane's flying over firing range, I'm gonna drop firing range. Oh, it's flying over estates, I'm gonna drop estates. Me, I kind of like to do hot drops sometimes, but most of the time I want to fly pretty far from the plane. This gives me time to loot, gets me away from the majority of players, so I can actually grab loot, not rely on RNG to survive. And Turbine is one of my favorite spots anyway, and it's one of my favorites because so many people do go there, and it has such great loot. You have 3 giant warehouses, you have a bunch of office buildings, you have a bunch of mini warehouses on the side. It's secluded from the rest of the map. It's just a phenomenal spot for me to go. I usually go here about 80% of my stream. Due to the new auto sprint feature, you can now auto fly by double tapping L3. It's a really nice feature, especially if you're a streamer, if you're doing anything on the side of playing. It helps you really multitask. It's real nice to have. Now, whenever I go Turbine, I try to go on the side of the warehouse with that little staircase leading up to the 2nd floor. It gets you above everyone else in the warehouse, kind of in your own room. No one really goes there. However, I do notice another target coming down with me, so I decide, you know what, I'm going to rely on RNG, try to get an early kill, an early cleanup, and get some momentum with this match. I notice he gets in before me, he passes up the tomahawk, goes for a gun, I instantly tomahawk him, was actually real lucky he didn't get a gun. I instantly start looting because he was not an instant, he definitely has teammates, no telling how many, could have been a random, but because he was down, I know there's at least 1 more, probably 2 more. Now, I've got a lot of time in this game, so I kind of know what weapons that I want. Usually I want an ABR and a KN94 as my secondary. ABR with a 4X or 2X absolutely annihilates, but you kind of got to grab whatever you can pick up and help your team in the beginning of the game. All right, at this point, I decided to bail out. I'm gonna go help my teammate fight. Drifter's on his own out there to the side. He's getting lit up right now. I see the target. I don't have any long range, so I go ham sandwich to the tomahawk. Absolutely surprised the shit out of myself, to be honest. Thankfully, he was crouched trying to shoot under the turbine wing to get some shots off on Drifter, and I was able to actually secure that kill. All right, we're not gonna really watch me loot too much. I'm still not looted up. We're gonna be looting for about another 5 minutes, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys an idea of what kind of loot I look for. Like I said earlier, I like an ABR with a 4 or a 2X on it. I also prefer a KN94, which I actually have now, thankfully. You want it fully attached, extended barrel grips. I like fast mags on my close range combat guns in case I'm spraying and I miss all my shots and I'm pushing in someone's face. I want to be able to reload quickly. The extended mag is nice, but an extra couple bullets versus reloading on a dime, I kind of like to reload faster. As you can see here, the circle's pretty far from us. We're kind of screwed. We get screwed by the circle a lot. It's one of the downfalls of going to Turbine. Turbine ending happens pretty often, about 30% of the time. Well, the other 70% we're kind of screwed. Usually there's 2 choppers. We can't always really get a helicopter though. You would think with 2 helicopter spawns being there, we'd get one 9 times out of 10, but it's usually like 40% of the time. Now, 9 times out of 10, I will always avoid using a 4-wheeler. I would rather run and take the blue damage than risk getting shot off the back of it. The 4-wheeler is good to get places quick. However, you are extremely vulnerable from anybody. Even if someone's spraying at you with a KN from about 200 out, has a good shot of knocking you down. As you can see here, I'm picking up the Paladin. I usually don't pick up the Paladin. I hardly use any kind of snipers. I think the Outlaw is the only one I actually enjoy. Paladin's reload time isn't the best. It's not the quickest. If you get in a situation to where you're in 1v4, you're really kind of screwed. Right now you see one of these big trucks coming right at me. It's not the best idea for him. A lot of people kind of caught on to, if you have a sticky grenade, just throw it at the vehicle when they try to run you over, and 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get a couple of them instantly with the nade. This guy really gets ballsy and comes straight at us. Unfortunately, I didn't have my grenade equipped when he came at my face, so I tried to pepper him with a couple stickies at the end. Ended up getting stick. I got 1 down, and then my friends finished him off. 1 jumps out. I nail him, and then we just instantly clean up the team. Literally was a 3-second fight. Not much of a thought process here. What I would have done differently is always run with a sticky grenade out, so I wouldn't have to switch, and I could have actually got the stick off right from the bat, and we wouldn't have to waste any bullets at all. It would have been a faster fight. Fortunately, I was not prepared for this. Lesson learned. I try to pay attention to that from now on. I recommend you guys do the same. Again, we're going to address looting. You want to loot as fast as you can. It's not the easiest thing to do on console. It's real difficult, especially if you're coming from a PC like I am. You want to quickly look for sensor darts and perks. Perks are the most underrated thing in the game, and I hate when I kill people and they don't have perks. It really just shows to me that people lack the knowledge of how important perks really are, especially sensor darts. A lot of times I'll see an entire looted building and they just leave the sensor dart there. And speaking about the importance of sensor darts, I actually utilize one right here. One team's trying to sneak up on another. They do not engage each other yet. So now we have the upper hand. They both heard the sensor dart, I'm sure. They have no idea that it's from a third team. They still are focused on each other. These guys are extremely exposed by the rock, looking at the other guys, have no idea we're even here, surprisingly, especially since we just made so much noise destroying that vehicle and then driving our ARAV around. I'm gonna utilize the paladin. Like I said, I'm not a paladin sniper. It's not what I prefer, so you're gonna see me miss a lot of shots. You see me aiming a little bit behind the guy, putting too much lead on him that time. He's standing perfectly still. Finally getting the headshot in the down as my ARAV distracts. So this is one good tactic. The ARAV driving around distracting while I'm sitting here popping off shots from a distance. They're gonna be completely worried about the vehicle trying to run them over, not even worried about me sniping from a distance. I have 2 downs. I throw a nade to try to clean up one. Get a shot off on the guy going for the res. Now I have 3 downs. You have to count your kills as you're getting your kills, so you know how many teammates remain in case the sensor dart's no longer there or something else should happen and y'all's fight actually escalates outside the sensor dart area. Right now my ARAV is going completely ham sandwich. One more target. I'm going to go down on him. I'm going to shoot him while he's distracted. ARAV had him distracted, got the easy kill. Now, right here's where I want to stop, and I want to kind of discuss with you the importance of risk versus reward. Right now we have about 8 bodies out here. I would love nothing more than to loot with them, especially since I have 35 rounds in my magazine and 23 spare. I need loot badly. I need health, I need throwables, I need sensor darts, I need attachments. I'm literally completely underleveled right now. However, because the circle is a pretty decent distance and it is chunking pretty hard and we know there's more enemies close by, I'm just gonna sacrifice the loot to get safe. All right, so I hop back in the ARAV, and as we're driving, we actually spot another target. We only spot one. I have no idea if he's got teammates. I actually make a bad play right here, and I jump out thinking it's a 1v1 on this guy. And as he's distracted by the ARAV, I'm going to shoot, but then all of a sudden, I'm surprised by his teammate to the north, and I decide to go ahead and get back in the ARAV and regroup or rethink my strategy because I know I'm in a bad position. I'm still in the blue. I have no idea where his teammate's at, so I get safer. And right now, actually, Says happened to jump out of the vehicle as well. I'm popping off shots to try to suppress the target as we drive away. Try to get a nice tomahawk off, and I hit the side of the ARAV, where I guess, what is that, the flares would normally be at. We actually drive to get safe right on the edge of the circle, as you see here. Met up before we engage. Says goes balls to the wall right down, not worried about anything. Drifter blessing me with ammunition after my wreck fest from the last fight. I go to pop off more paladin shots. Clearly, I'm a potato. I missed a few shots. Actually was able to hit that one, and I believe he went down by another team. Because of the tree coverage, I'm now pushing. I don't really have any hard cover. No ridges, no trees. However, they are covered from shooting at me. So that's enough for me to push them. As I'm pushing them, they actually happen to be fighting another guy inside the gas station. Here we have another 3 teams fighting each other, which gives us the advantage, especially since we're on the high ground. I pepper some shots with the KN. I decided to make an educated decision and push the gas station. Normally, it's a very bad idea. There's a lot of windows in the front. I don't recommend pushing the gas station. I had my eyes peeled on that window the whole time. I know there's a target in here somewhere. Drifter was actually able to find him sitting in the bathroom and clean him up, thank God. As you guys know already, if you have any experience in any battle royale, people love to sit still and they love to camp. I can't stand campers. I always try to stress to my stream how against camping I am. Says Phantom saw a target, decided to go on a 1-on-1 fight. Unfortunately for him, it was actually a 2v1 while me and Drifter were looting. But as soon as he goes down, we stop what we're doing and we're instantly gonna go push these guys. I have no idea how many targets there actually are. I spot one from the get-go, pepper him a couple of times. I thought I had a grenade out, go for the grapple. Always be prepared with your throwables, guys. Never assume. I throw 2 grenades, however, my first one happened to hit him. Because he's down, I know there's another target there. There's a lot of smoke. I go for the execution because he executed my teammate, and I'm just petty like that. Other guys spotted behind the tree. I go to watch the left side while Drifter says he's going to watch to the right side. That way he's pinned down. He's got nowhere to go. As long as we land our shots, instant kill. He was instant, so we know it's safe to loot now. Because we're so low on ammunition and throwables, we're going to go ahead and risk taking damage from the blue. Unfortunately, I still didn't have enough ammo. I barely have enough paladin shots. I barely have enough 7.62. Whether this was the best decision or not, I don't think it was. I decided to leave any kind of ammunition was back there. I didn't search my teammate's body. I didn't search the second guy we killed's body. I didn't even go back to the first guy inside the gas station. I decided to move in with the blue. Always stay safe. Take blue damage if you really absolutely have to, and I probably should have. Right here you can see me jumping around and scanning. A lot of people think I'm jumping in order to kind of like spot things over ridges, but that's not the case at all. The reason why I jump is it's kind of like a dead silence perk. So whenever you jump, that hang time you have in the air, as split of a second as it is a split second without your own footsteps drowning out any kind of noise around you. So the reason you see me and a lot of teammates jump a lot is because we want to be able to hear things. We want to be able to hear if there's anybody near us. Crouch walking, shooting, grappling, throwing stuns, driving, anything like that. Your own footsteps is the loudest thing that's going to come through your audio. Now, right now, I'm getting a little tunneled. I'm focusing more on the edge of the circle. This is something I definitely don't recommend. Always keep your eye on big facilities like that. Like we have raid behind us, so I really need to stay focused on raid. I know there's a guy in raid. There's always a guy in raid. It's never a question. There's always someone camping a big ass facility, especially raid in the States. Now right here you see me playing the edge of the circle. I'm keeping my character on the white line. I want to make sure whoever's running in with the blue doesn't surprise me. I don't want to engage somebody who's in the center of the white circle when there's still people coming from the blue circle. That's an easy way to get pinched. You really need to stop picking fights with targets, not knowing who's behind you and who's going to shoot at you. This is the #1 reasons why we win 7 or 8 games a night in a 6-hour stream, is because you really need to play with your brain, not with your trigger finger. Now right here I decided to look away from raid, which you've seen me do a few dozen times. I'm kind of scanning around, but I actually turned my back to raid in the States, which was a bad idea. A character actually came up from that direction. Thank God Drifter spotted him, was able to call him out, and we were able to get the kill. It could have been really bad if both of us were looking in the opposite direction. He would have had an easy double kill. Now I'm going to take a second to kind of give you guys some insight on callouts. Callouts is extremely important. I watch a lot of streamers. I watch a lot of other players. I spectate a lot of players that kill me. You can really tell the players who are giving callouts correctly and those are giving callouts half-assed. You have a lot of people scream, behind us, behind us, behind us, which is the worst callout ever because you have no idea what direction behind that guy is. The only way you should be calling out targets for anything is by using the compass at the top of your screen. Target 186, 150 out, left side of the rock. That's how you want to call out things. You want to call out the direction of the compass, the distance the player needs to look for that target, and any kind of reference point, whether it's a tree, whether it's a building. You want to give a reference to kind of help ease your teammates' eyes directly on the target. You just say target 326. That can be close, that can be far, that can be medium. He could be laying in a bush, he could be behind a tree. There could be 13 trees that way. You really need to be more descriptive. It really cringes me out, and I don't know if it's my prior experience with law enforcement that kind of gives me that edge on calling out targets and being more descriptive for things. But in a battle royale, you really need to be descriptive in order to give your teammates locations, whether it's vehicles or enemies or loot and so on and so forth. Now, as far as this is concerned, as far as shooting long range or anything like that, this is complete practice. In order to improve your aim, you have to practice. That's all there is to it. There's no special secret. There's no secret sauce to it. It's literally just practice. It's the only way. People come in the stream asking me all the time, how do I get better at aiming? You don't. You just practice. There's no method for it. Now right here is something this player had done that really confused me. This isn't something I did. This is something the enemy did, and I really want to harp on this. This was a hell of a play by this guy. But I shoot this guy. I see him come over here, so I'm like, well, the edge of the circle's here. I go to peek over because I know he's on the bottom section of it. So I'm like, right here, instantly expecting to shoot. I'll peek over, and nothing. Spot no target. Drifter shoots in the bush. No one there. Now we're dumbfounded. Where did this guy go? So now we have one guy right here we're shooting at. We have a random somewhere else. No idea where he's at. Drifter gets that kill, which was instant, so we know it's two different teammates. Now it's a 2v1, and this target is nowhere to be found. This guy's a ghost. So we're completely scanning the area, have no idea. I'm still so impressed by the way this guy played. Now, he peppered some shots off at me. I panicked because I had no idea he was gonna be exactly where we came from. I had no idea. So when he shot at me, I was mid-air. I actually meleeed on accident. I panicked. I did. It's on me. Laugh at me, point at me, whatever you want to do. But this guy's a genius. This is a strategy you guys need to use. And this is why I say perks are so important. Utilize perks, ladies and gentlemen. Utilize it. So what this guy did was he had a grapple hook and he had the perk Outlander. If you guys didn't know, when you rock Outlander, you take less blue damage, and of course grapples help you grapple. Well, he was down below. What he did was he activated Outlander, ran into the blue to flank us in the blue, used a grapple to get up on our ridge. He went all the way around us. He fully meted, fully repaired his armor, got the high ground on us. He popped shots off at us. I go to instantly cover because he completely had me dead to rights. I was one tap away from death. It's 2v1. Now we're in a little bit better position. We're gonna play the rock, wait for the circle to push this guy off that ridge, because that's a hell of a ridge. What you don't want to do is peek that ridge. All he's got to do is get a couple pepper shots off on you, and you're done for. Now this guy's still inside the blue, rocking another Outlander. He's trying to go left on us, doesn't pull it off. Drifter was able to call him out, and we were able to annihilate him and pull off the victory. Look guys, we covered a lot of things in this. I really hope this helps. There's a lot more things I would like to cover as far as navigating the map, using ridges, trees, buildings as hardcover, how to approach a building covered in windows, how to utilize grapples properly, which perks I'd prefer to use. We're gonna cover all these things in future episodes of this series. Please make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video and join me next week for episode 2. Thank you guys, y'all have a good day, and don't forget to subscribe once again. Peace.